The Fog City Auto Spa pace truck will be set to roll off in just a few moments' time. Of course, a beautiful looking van from the folks at Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. They're located in Sussex. We had a bit of a display tied in with our series and their business a couple of nights ago. I know a lot of people went out and checked out some beautiful race cars and found out a little bit more about the series, so I'm sure we're going to gain some fans with this new partnership. Pace truck rolls off. 150 green flag laps up next. Robbie McEwen, a driver who's been on pole here a few times in his career, looking to win at Petty International Raceway. Started on the pole for the Mike Stevens Memorial a couple of years ago. Jared Butcher's rolled to a stop, and he'll grab a gear and keep going. The Summer Clash 250 Chevrolet. Of course, his brother has had a ton of success winning races in ASA, the Pro All-Star Series, countless other racing series, a two-time Oxford 250 champion. And you know what, Jared Butcher, it's time for him to start winning some big super late model races, and today could be the day for driver number 54. Getting some heat in them Hoosier race tires. 21 of the Northeast best, ready to do battle. I know a lot of people are looking to join the field, join in an event with the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. I saw Troy Burke over there earlier. He's looking to get back behind the wheel of the race car sooner rather than later. Mike Rogers was back there as well. He has a Super Late Model Series start as well. Of course, missing Steve Halpin, Ian Rasmussen, a couple of drivers who were full-time last season that we don't see here today. Maybe one of the Rogers brothers. They had a great couple of races with us last season. These fans are excited. We're excited. The racetrack is excited. I know we are going to see a fantastic show here today on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Starting to pick up the pace just a little bit. Pulling the belts tight. Crew chiefs and spotters giving last-minute advice to their Super Late Model Series drivers. The field will start to tighten up. May will head down the backstretch. Race fans, this is your time. We are ready to send off our drivers. We want to see everybody up and out of your seats and waving off these drivers. The Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series kicks off its 2024 season. This is the Fog City Auto Spa 150. Thank you for coming out in full force and packing the grandstands. Craig Weigel on the flag stand. 1 to go to driver number 40, Robbie McEwen, ready to lead 20 of his closest competitors to the green flag. Frank Jackson pulls in the Fog City Auto Spa pace truck into turn number 3. For the first time in 2024, the Super Late Model Series is underway. Side-by-side battle down the backstretch. Who will lead lap number 1? Robbie McEwen on the inside, Darren McKinnon on the outside. It's going to go maybe to the Charlottetown driver, just by a nose. Jared Butcher settles into line. Greg Proud trying to fend off a challenge from a couple of King cars in behind him. Lonnie Somerville there as well. Kent Vincent on the outside of Ashton Tucker. Vincent, no stranger to winning here at Petty International Raceway. Just as they did last season, in our finale, Robbie McEwen and Darren McKinnon are going to race side by side. They will not ease up on one another. Corey Hall has started to work his way to the top side around the 54 car. New leader up front, it's the Shaw's Towing Chevrolet and Darren McKinnon to the front of the field. Robbie McEwen now going to have to defend from the 83. Hall up to the second spot. McEwen back to third. Jarrett Butcher back to fourth. Kent Vincent rounding out your top five. Corey Hall, one of the fastest super late models on the property here today, going to waste no time. 8 laps in, 142 to go. New leader, Corey Hall. Hall has a couple of starts previously this season with the Pro All-Star Series at Hickory Motor Speedway and New Hampshire Motor Speedway, but he wants to win right here in his backyard. A former S-Hall Tire and Auto 100 winner, a former international winner, hasn't broke through to win the Mike Stevens yet, but he's got 2 Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series wins to his credit. We're going to start to work our way further back. Greg Proud dropping from a top 5 starting position. He's starting to fall a little bit backward. Dave Oblinas in the Burger King Chevy to his inside. He'll make the pass, and that will drop Greg Proud back another spot. Lonnie Somerville there as well. Patience is key for the 23 crew. Bookended his 2023 with a couple of podium finishes and a great 5th place drive over at Oysterbed Speedway. Ryan Messer continues to leave the bottom side open, trying to run that outside groove. And the 20 of Greg Fay looks to the inside. Back up front, Darren McKinnon has not eased up on the 83, not one iota. And Corey Hall faces the most pressure he's faced all afternoon. Darren McKinnon a car length behind the 83 as they look to put Brody Lewis down a lap. Dylan Gosby and the 96 of Wyatt Alexander. They found each other in the heat race earlier today, and Alexander is going to move up another spot. Dylan Gosby falling backwards just a little bit. 23 Lonnie Somerville might have tagged the wall with the right front of that race car. Oh, he's getting a little squirrely. He might have a tire going down. Keep an eye on the Doherty and Fullerton Maple Syrup Pubs Drive-Thru Bottle Exchange number 23. Ryan Messer's got to be a little bit careful there. He's got a dispatch of the 23 quickly. Big Orange on the inside, Somerville on the outside. Lonnie seems to prefer that groove with this super late model. 23 laps complete, 127 left to go. Laps clicking off in a torrid pace here this afternoon, and it's Corey Hall out front. Darren McKinnon feeling real good about his chances today. Robbie McEwen in a solid spot. Jared Butcher there, and Kent Vincent continues to shine in his outing with this new race car. Wyatt Alexander works under Ryan Messer. Couple of Speedway 660 track champions, a trio of them with the 23, 96, and the 1. Ryan Messer might be on his way backwards. He's got Hudson Weston to the inside. "28 laps in the books now. Wyatt Alexander, that car has found a lot of pace here today. He's on the move, and the 23 car will have to give way. Another driver on the move, Dustin Tucker in the 52. He works under Ryan Messer. Dylan Gosby in the 16 on that outside groove. The 52 is there. Spotter's going to work with their drivers, making sure they can clear each other safely. Lap traffic about to be a factor in this Fog City Auto Spa 150. Ryan Rains in the 94, he's next on the list to go down a lap. And Messer's going to spin. Caution flag comes out for the first time this afternoon. Pace truck pulls back into the infield. Darren McKinnon and Corey Hall in the front row. Green flag back in the air. Hall in the 83, jumping back out to the lead, and Jared Butcher on the outside. A Summer Clash 250 Atlantic tilt load Superior Foundation Chevrolet puts pressure to the 18 car of Darren McKinnon. Vincent works the outside on Robbie McEwen. And it's clear sailing up front for Corey Hall. Hall, a winner twice on the season last year here at Petty Raceway and Speedway 660. Wants to go back to victory lane and kind of nail his spot at the top of the board in the most wins category. Jared Butcher in the 54. And the 18 continue to duke it out. This is a tight, confined racetrack. This high bank quarter mile, not a lot of room to navigate. And if you get alongside somebody and you can pinch them to the bottom, they don't really have anywhere to go. And you might be able to get the run off the corner just as Jarrett Butcher is doing. Vincent noses ahead of the 40 car up to P4. Kent Vincent knocks on the door of the podium. The Anderson Automotive R. Stevens Mechanical number 8 now going to challenge Darren McKinnon. Former 250 champions running third and fourth at the moment. Robbie McEwen decides he's going to go back to the top side of the racetrack. Greg Fay continues to be on the move in car number 20. Somerville in the 23. Looks like he might have got up into the wall. I think he's tore up in the right front. One to go signal given to our Super Late Model Series competitors. And it's Jarrett Butcher in the inside. The 83 of Corey Hall still scored as the leader. The 40 of Robbie McEwen finds his way on the bottom. The 18 of Darren McKinnon back on the outside of row number 2. Ashton Tucker and Kent Vincent in row number 3. Gonna send him off one more time. Green flag in the air. Butcher slid up just a little bit. Little contact between himself and the 83. The 40 of McEwen finds himself locked in a battle once again with the 18 of Darren McKinnon. Sherwood versus Charlottetown. Battling for that final podium spot. Ashton Tucker has worked his way up into the top 5. Kent Vincent falls back to 6th. Greg Fay is on the move. Greg Fay getting a lot of help this season from Jeff Armstrong, the folks at GD Fabrication. And that 20 car is going to be a force to be reckoned with before the day is done. Vincent, good save on the 8 car. Nope. Vincent's going to go around. Caution flag comes out. And I'm sure Dave Oblinas did not want to make contact with Kent Vincent. We'll see what race control says about that one, but a tough break for the 8 car. He was up inside the top 5, of course, all race long. The 23 of Lonnie Somerville and the 1 of Ryan Messer, they have made their way back to the pits once again. Trying to beat Johnny Clark for the record of the most pit stops in a super late model event.
$12,000 models, thousands of units sold, sales to over 20 countries. We are Easy-Kleen. For over 40 years, we've been manufacturing the hardest working pressure washers in the world, right here in our backyard. We are looking for people with a good attitude and a willingness to learn. If you want to be part of something great for generations to come, email us today. Easy-Kleen, Kings County proud.
Jarrett Butcher in the inside. The 54 in his second Super Late Model Series start. The 83 of Corey Hall lines up to the outside. The 40 and the 18, that continues to be a battle. The 2 and the 48 lining up in row number 3. They'll come out of the King competition restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Hall wasting no time, works his way around the 54, and Jarrett Butcher has now got all kinds of pressure from a couple of Prince Edward Island drivers. Corey Hall has started to pull away. 49 laps complete of the 150. All part of the Fox City Auto Spa 150. 50 laps complete, 100 left to go. Racing under the Saturday afternoon sun. A little bit of cloud cover here today. How will these drivers navigate this? Darren McKinnon back up to the second spot where he has been for most of this race. Jarrett Butcher holds on to third. And Robbie McEwen has not left the top five all race long. Wyatt Alexander in the 96 car, working his way towards the front of the field. The 52 of Dustin Tucker trying to follow suit on the inside. Kent Vincent on the outside in the 8 car, trying to get his way back up towards the front of the field. Had a great start to this event, but a spin has put a wrench in the works on the 8 crew. Jared Butcher in the 54 really being defensive with that race car. Robbie McEwen might be getting a little bit impatient. 57 laps in. 93 laps remain. It'll be 92 to go for the 83 of Corey Hall. Thoughts we might see a little bit more of Dylan Gosby here today in car number 16. But he has been mired towards the back third of this field. Nav Canada, a new sponsor on the 16 car. Kevin Moore into the one of Ryan Messer a bit. Messer able to save it. Messer's got some front end damage. He's had some incidents with Lonnie Somerville. Not having a great day so far. In the 27 car of Curtis Collins just ahead of him. His first time with the super late model here at Petty International Raceway. Wyatt Alexander might have used up his equipment a little bit. He's starting to get a little slidey with the 96 car. Up front, Ashton Tucker has decided it's go time. 65 laps in, and he's made the move on the 40 of Robbie McEwen. McEwen got a good head of steam through the center of the backstretch and has jumped back out in front of the White Lightning Auto Center Chevy. Kent Vincent continues to be on the move in the 8 car. Underneath of the 16 of Dylan Gosby. How about Dustin Tucker in the 52? Started shotgun on the grid. And he's now up to the 8th spot. If my math is correct, and it looks like it is. 9th spot maybe. Either way, he's inside the top 10. We'll be coming up on the halfway point of this one. Just a few laps from now. Kenny McKenzie Jr. in the 85, one of the fan favorites. Wyatt Alexander off the pace, and the 96 car off to the pit area. Tough break for the Adams Landscaping, Harry's Motorsports, number 96. 27 car in the wall. Curtis Collins. '85 and the 94 are going to do a little bit of battle. Caution flag going to come out. Curtis Collins is going to roll to a stop. Our video crew catching all the action here today. The 85, Kenny McKenzie Jr. off to the pit area. His second year in that super late model. Tucker's been on the move forward. Gosby's been on the move a little bit backwards, but in the back half of this event, things can change. Fortunes can swap for those drivers. Keep an eye on them. Ryan Rains in the 94, knocking on the door of a top 10 run, trying to do Fog City Auto Spa proud with that Ford Mustang. Out of 4 this time. Green flag back in the air, and Corey Hall jumps back out to the lead. Can Robbie McEwen do anything? The Ryson construction crew cheers on their driver from the backstretch. He'll settle into second. Ashton Tucker in third at the moment. And this time by 75 laps completed, 75 to go over the Fox City Auto Spa 150. Ashton Tucker has decided it's go time. He moves up to the runner-up spot. That will relegate the 40 car back to third. Leaves the door open for the 18 of Darren McKinnon. '29 of Greg Proud, maybe a little bit off the pace. Yeah, he's definitely off the pace. 29 of Greg Proud, he's got the hand out the window. And the Atlantic Dodge dealers Dodge, his race may come to an end 78 laps in. Greg Fay up into the top 5 now with that 20 car. And I don't want to implement the announcer's curse here, but Greg Fay and Petty International Raceway do not have a great history. But today that could finally change after about 10 years. Single file all the way back to about Dustin Tucker and Hudson Weston. The lone full Tucker Racing chassis in the field, car number 52. 85 laps complete for car number 83, Corey Hall. Has been lights out, dominant here today. Field's starting to dwindle down a tiny bit. And we may see some green flag running before all is said and done. The 94, the 16, the 1, and the 8 having a great 4-car battle outside of the top 10. Hudson Weston continues to try and get around the 52. He can't seem to do it. But he's going to put Dustin Tucker up into the dirty part of the racetrack. 85 of Kenny McKenzie, maybe calling it an afternoon. Eight-car Kent Vincent might have used his bumper a little bit on the 94. 3 wide down the backstretch. Tucker, Weston, and Greg Fay through 3, through 4. Tucker falls back in line, and Hudson Weston forcing the issue underneath of the 20 of Greg Fay. We've got a battle shaping up out front. It's Ashton Tucker in the 2, closing in on the 83 of Corey Hall. Littleton versus Pictou as we approach the lap 100 mark. We saw this a handful of times last season, and it continues here today. Corey Hall playing the role of Goliath this afternoon, but here comes David in the 2-car. Ashton Tucker wants to take the top spot. Some misinformation on the scoreboard, but we are about to hit lap number 100, and it is a battle for the ages shaping up. Hudson Weston and Dustin Tucker continue to work their way towards the front of the field. Lonnie Somerville off the pace. It was 3 wide momentarily. Somerville backed out of it. And the 2-car of Ashton Tucker has taken the top spot. New leader, Ashton Tucker. What does Corey Hall have in response to that? Robbie McEwen solidly in third in the 40 car, and Darren McKinnon not able to close the gap on him. Jarrett Butcher is going to face a little bit of pressure from Hudson Weston, who has worked his way up into the top 5. Somerville's car really a handful for the Barnesville driver. He's had to hold on to it and save it a couple of times. Kevin Moore will let the leader go. The Brewers HVAC, T&M Painting, Turf Works, number 88. And we're not going to say this too often, but Dylan Gosby, your defending series champion, has gone down a lap. Kent Vincent's back up into the top 10, trying to salvage a great day with the Anderson Automotive crew. Laps continue to click off. 111 in the books. It'll be 112 this time. 38 laps remain for Ashton Tucker. Corey Hall not letting any lap traffic deter him. Hall continues to close in on the 2 car. Corey Hall thinking about the inside on Ashton Tucker. To the bottom now, Corey Hall had lost the lead, but not for long. He's good on entry, but Tucker is good on exit. Maybe living in his mirrors a little bit, waiting for the 2 car to make a mistake. A very sports car racing style drive out of the 83. Don't let that 2 car get too out in front of you. But Ashton Tucker knows how to get around this racetrack. The 20 of Greg Fay has started to fall off a little bit on the long run. Overall, they can be pretty proud of their efforts this afternoon. "30 laps left to go, and it's Ashton Tucker. A repeat of what we saw 1 season ago in our championship event. Tucker in the 2, Hall in the 83. Hall thought about the inside there, could not make it work. $122 laps left, or 122 laps in the books, rather. 123 now on the scoreboard. 27 laps left to go. Greg Fay about to go down a lap. He'll give way to the leaders. He knows his race is not with the 2 and the 83. Hall cannot seem to get the drive in the center of the corner. Can he get it this time? Nope. Tucker continues to lead in the outside. "24 laps remain. The Fog City Auto Spa 150 coming to a close. Just over 20 laps remain for the 2 car. How about Jarrett Butcher? He's had a great drive of it so far. A little loose off the corner that time. Summer Clash 250 Atlantic Tilt Load, Superior Foundations, and Route 7 Excavating Chevy. We talk about drivers that can be proud of their efforts today. The 54 can certainly be proud of that, as he gears up for a couple of big races in the month of May. "20 laps to go. The battle continues to rage on between the 2 and the 83. "17 laps remain for Ashton Tucker. Looking to join the driver in his rearview mirror as a two-time winner in the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems Super Late Model Series. Lonnie Somerville, Ryan Messer, Kent Vincent, Dave Oblinus, the next couple of cars to go down a lap in this event. Where does Lonnie Somerville go, and where does Ashton Tucker go? Somerville sticks to the top side of the racetrack. Tucker in the 2 will work his way past. Hall in the 83, he'll lose a car length to the 2 car. "13 laps left to go at the line. And it's all Ashton Tucker up front. He's got a challenge from Corey Hall, but is it going to be enough? Hudson Weston, the 43, decides it's go time, and he will spin the 54. Caution flag comes out. 12 laps from the finish, and Jarrett Butcher finds himself backwards off the bumper of the 43 car.
Hey guys, we're on our way to deliver a machine. It's 7 gallons per minute, 5,000 PSI. It's powered by a 35 horsepower Vanguard. They're using them for cleaning hydro towers. The neat thing is some of these towers are actually live. So, you know, we've always been taught water and electricity doesn't mix. These guys are like crazy. They're up 600 feet in the air, right beside transmission lines. They wanted a good, reliable unit because when they start on the ground, they have to climb all the way to the top of that tower. So if you're 600 feet in the air, you want a good, reliable machine sitting on the ground. That way you don't have to go down and fight with it. So it's really cool and a really neat application for us. And we're really happy to supply 2 units to these guys to do their job.
One to go signal given once again to Corey Hall. Spotters and crew chiefs and race control will be in his ear, letting him know that he cannot do that. He is not the leader of this race. That belongs to the 2 of Ashton Tucker to his outside door. Little more even start this time. Tucker in control of it. Green flag back in the air. And Corey Hall going to do everything he can to wrestle away this lead. If he's got to get his elbows out, if he's got to trade a little bit of paint, a little bit of vinyl with the 2 car, he'll do so. Dave Oblinus a little sideways off the corner. Holds on to the top 5 for the moment. 140 complete and 10 to go. Oblinus, good save off the corner. Here comes Kent Vincent back towards the front. And Dustin Tucker into the top 5. 8.5 laps remain. The top 4 has driven away from the rest of the field. Tucker in the 2, Hall in the 83. McEwen and McKinnon will do battle for the final podium spot. That could be a photo finish for that final 3rd spot. Hall in the 83, down to the inside, to the door. Can he make it stick? 6 laps to go. Ashton Tucker is a fan favorite, but this is Corey Hall's playground. 5 laps to go in the Fox City Auto Spa 150. Does Kent Vincent have enough time to get back into the top 5? 4 to go now. Corey Hall on the back bumper of the 2 of Ashton Tucker. 3 laps to go. It's a great battle for the 3rd spot in behind them. Popsicle sticks in the air this time. 2 to go over the 2 of Ashton Tucker. Down the backstretch, Corey Hall is running out of opportunities to steal away this win. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Race fans, keep an eye on this one. Down the backstretch for the final time. The Fog City Auto Spa 150 is going to go to Ashton Tucker. McKinnon's going to go around. And his bid for the podium will come up short. He will end up deep in the field. We'll head down trackside and talk to your top 3.
Congratulate Ashton Tucker. Big smiles between the 2 drivers. They know they put on a great show. Capped off his year with the Mike Stevens Memorial win in 2023. And now his season begins with the Fox City Auto Spa 150 win. First Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series winner for 2024, it's Ashton Tucker. Ashton, what a great battle. I don't know, you managed to surprise me every time. I think maybe, it's a top 5 day for you. Maybe it's a top 3 day, but you always manage to be there at the end and put on a great show, especially here in the high banks.
Yeah, I don't know. I think everyone should realize we come around late in the race, but hell of a race. I appreciate Corey. That was a good race, and that's hard racing. And I bet you the fans enjoyed that one. You're not going to get a better finish than that, I bet you.
Yeah, you've won some big races here, the Mike Stevens Memorial as well, but to start off your Super Late Model Series campaign with a win, now you got to be thinking, well, this car's good. Championship might be in the books.
Yeah, we know we're good everywhere we go. Last year we started with a broken foot and just bad luck, and mid-season we hit our stride and we were pretty good the rest of the season, and now today went well, but that's 5 more races to go, anything could happen. So just appreciate Corey. I want to thank him for racing me clean. That was a good battle, and that's what it's all about right there.
Well, in a couple weeks, you go home to Speedway 660. You've won there a bunch of times, but he won there last time we were here. It's going to be another, I think it's going to be another Hall Tucker showdown.
Yeah, he's one of the guys to beat everywhere you go. You always know he's going to be the one battling for the win with somebody in this field. And we've been struggling at 660 with the new car, but we'll get it figured out, and we'll get it in victory lane here this summer, hopefully.
Putting the field on notice. Who gets the thanks here today? Get a lot of sponsors on the car. A couple new sponsors for this year. Let's give them their thanks.
Yeah, Brad and all the crew, they're a huge help. We didn't have the best practice night last night, but that's what it's all about. Come get the bugs out of it. Empire Limousines, Moncton Truck Center, MBCSA, Roy Brothers, Post-Sec, Big Wheels, White Lightning, Vise Construction, Christie Plumbing, Baisley's, JTR Mobile Equipment, and I'd like to thank Andrew and Corey. They're job. They put this car together for us last summer, and it's been badass. You can tell how good these cars are, and it just shows. And I'd like to thank Easy-Kleen for sponsoring this series. It means a lot to have them come on board, and we're all very thankful.
And of course, you got Ralph Rains here. He'll be celebrating with you in a few moments. Victory Lane. Big effort for him to come on board with this event.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ralph. I completely forgot you, but we all appreciate the race sponsors. We wouldn't be able to race without people like Ralph stepping up to sponsor these races, but we all very much appreciate Ralph's support.
And that's Ashton Tucker, winner of round number 1 for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series in 2024. A valiant effort and a runner-up finish today for driver number 83, but Corey, that was a great drive here today. You put on a whale of a show between you and the two.
Yeah, I think it was great racing with Ashton. It always is, so just needed a little bit more. Obviously we got the same car, so the best driver won today, and congrats to them and Brad and everybody. It's good for us as a clean competition to have the 1-2. So a really good day and lots to be happy about.
Yeah, this is a place you know very well. You've had a lot of success here. You've won here before with the Super Late Model Series. We're going to return here later in the year. What's your plan to one-up the 2 car?
Yeah, I think just take a different approach to the race. The last few ones, the grip levels dropped off significantly, and everybody migrated to the top. And I didn't want to be in a position where I had to try to make up track position, later on in the race, and pushed a little bit too much early, and didn't have enough tire at the end.
Now you get to go to a place that you've won at before. Of course, Speedway 660. You won the last time we were there as well, in a great battle with the 2. It's a common theme. You guys seem to find each other on the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna see that probably a lot this year. So I'm excited for it, and it's just gonna come down to driver, and he has a different approach, and it works really good with these cars. So I gotta do some work.
Who gets some thanks here today with this 83 car?
Yeah, huge thank you to Chris Fournier, Remax, Bumper to Bumper, Livingston Steel, GS Racing, Excel Property Management, Plant Seafood. I'm probably forgetting lots of people, but everybody that jumps on board this, all the crew, all the people beside me that are all supporting me, and all the fans for coming out. I know it's a little cold today, but hopefully we put on a good race.
We'll let you celebrate a second place run. Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you.
That's Corey Hall's second place run here today in the Fox City Armstrong 150. Oh, the driver from car number 40. Let's hear from Robbie McEwen. Robbie started up front in this event. I'm sure maybe that was a little surprise to you. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. We unloaded pretty good last night here, but we kind of struggled a bit during practice. But we knew we had to go to race run car, so we weren't really surprised once we knew we were starting last in the heat, and that's kind of what you want with this deal. Is you want to be able to pass as many cars as you can, get the passing points. So it may be a bit of a shock, but we're glad to keep it up front most of the night. I don't think we dropped in the top 5, so it's definitely a good turnaround for the team.
You got some damage here at the front end, and this car still ended up on the podium. That is a testament to not only you, but to all these folks here on your crew.
Yeah, it was Jesse. Got an awesome team, and I think we had luck on our side there. The right front races in the tire pretty hard, but yeah, just get in the lap traffic there, and I think the lap car maybe thought he was going to go to the bottom. I was going to the bottom, and just ran out real safe there, but that happens all in all. It was a good race. We had a real good battle with Darren. I don't know what happened at the end with him there, but it was getting pretty hairy there.
Now, I only got one other question here. Kirk, is this going to be a party tonight?
Well, maybe. We're almost there.
Maybe. We're almost there. Well, you got a lot of support here on this car, a lot of support with your crew. Who gets the thanks here today?
First, got to thank Kirk, Beaton Racing. Couldn't do it without him. He's been a big supporter of mine. I got Rise on Construction. They've been on board. I think this is 7th year with them. We're very fortunate to have their sponsorship. My good buddy Dan McGrath. He's probably one of my biggest fans, my biggest supporters as well. Then we got Phillips Auto Sales. Warren's been a big supporter of mine over the years. We got Island Auto Supply. We got Fitzpatrick and Company Consulting. And we got Action Car and Truck Accessories. I think we got them all. Might be missing one or two. McQueen's Garage. And yeah, I think we got them covered.
We finally broke through to the podium after last season. Now what's it going to take to win? When do you win that race?
Yeah, we're still missing something, but I think this is a good turnaround. We changed a lot of stuff in the car. We're pretty happy with this. You know, there's some tough competition in the Maritimes here, and especially on this series. So I think we got a bit of momentum going into the season, and looking forward to it.
Why don't you celebrate this one? Congratulations, Rob.
Thanks, Jesse.
That's Robbie McEwen, third place run here today, ladies and gentlemen. That will cap off the Fog City Auto Spa 150 portion of today's events. Of course, big thanks to Fog City Auto Spa and Easy-Kleen for coming on board this season. We will see you in 3 weeks' time at Speedway 660. On behalf of everybody, enjoy the rest of the racing here today. My name is Jesse Thompson, and we will pass it off.